So tell me a bit more about the team.
Well, Rhyl Raptors is 4 years old now, coming up to in November. We developed mainly to give people an opportunity who've got a physical disability to get involved in competitive sport. There was sadly lacking really in the North Wales area, so myself and a few others sort of got together and we decided we needed to create this system in place, and Rhyl was the first of the new generation of clubs, if you like. And other clubs since then have followed on, and we've got this regional approach, but Rhyl is at the moment is very much the forefront of the competitive wheelchair basketball focus in North Wales really.
And having two teams in the National League this coming season, what are your thoughts and any expectations on the season ahead?
Yeah, I mean the club has had a plan in place to develop over the last couple of years in order for us to have enough of a playing structure to basically accommodate all the players we've recruited. Last year we had a team in the third division, and that team performed well enough for it to get promoted. We're now in the second division with that team. We've now been able to split the squad to populate that team in the second division, but also a third division team, as you mentioned. So, that allows us now for all the players who are of that standard to be playing in genuinely competitive leagues in smaller squads, so that the game time will increase massively, really. The expectations are that we should be competitive. That's always our intention. I wouldn't want to put a team in a league where it was continually getting beaten and had no real chance. But I do genuinely believe that, there's most teams in the second division we can compete with. And again, in the third division, a lot of the players that were in a winning team last year will be playing in the third division this year. So as a club, we've got high expectations of all the players, really.
And from those two teams, are there any players to look out for this coming season?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our players, pretty much all of our players are what I call first generation players. They're not from regions where they've grown up with a basketball environment close to hand, where they've seen players and grown into the sport. But they're all very much first generation, as in they came along to sessions within the last year or two and have learned very quickly and are now competing very well. So yeah, in that category, I would say in the first team we've got players like Pete Graham, who's our club captain again this year, who was leading point scorer last year. He'll be looking to impose himself on the league this year. As far as the youngsters coming through, we've got Clayton White, who's a classifiable forward. He's one of our bigs. He's going very well. He's picked up an awful lot over the last year, and he's now involved in the HPC programme through Great Britain Wheelchair Basketball. So we're expecting big things of him. We have Joe Faber-Worrell, who's one of our 5-point players. He's again come up through the ranks as a junior and is now going to be named in the first team starting 8 squad. So there's a few players there. We've managed to recruit as well. We've recruited a 1-point player. James has come over from another neighbouring club. So again, we're expecting big things of him. So yeah. In the second team, we've got a very strong squad. We've got a mixture of experience and youth and raw talent, really. We've recruited a couple of guys who have come through the army system, Help for Heroes, and are currently trying out for the Invictus Games. So it's going to be interesting to see how those guys go. One of them is moving up from South Wales, so he's got a bit of experience playing with Cardiff Celts last year. So he's going to be with us for 3 years as he does a course in Bangor Uni. Sophie, who's sort of been around since day one really, and sort of helps manage the club. But below Sophie now, we've got a young girl, Rosie, coming through. She's had a phenomenal rise through the ranks as well.
And finally, what do you expect of the players who are not in the named 8?
I think we've always tried to be honest with players, and our expectancies are that people come into this knowing that we're a competitive sporting club. We have outlets for people who want to come along and participate and maybe start on their journey towards physical activity after maybe a life-changing injury or illness, or even as an able-bodied sibling or friend who's coming along and does the social side of the club. For those who are signed up to be playing in the national leagues, we expect everyone to give their best, to turn up committed to training, to work hard, to take away areas that they need to work on, come to us with a determination to succeed and win. Basically, that's our underpinning value, is that, you know, we're in this to win, and, you know, if we get that side of the club right, then the other elements like the participation, the fun, the social inclusion, the physical activity, general health benefits, all that side of it will flow, as long as we can talk about the sharp end of the club and get that side of things working.